Hi, my name is Moshe Chanan, and tonight is Gimel Tammuz. There is a story, there's my experience that I would like to share with you with the Rebbe that I hope will inspire you or open things up for you. Um, this is an experience that happened for me in 2021, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. No, 2.5 years ago. And it was a little bit less than a month before Yitzhvat. I was about to go to bed, and I was flipping through the WhatsApp statuses, and I saw a status from my niece, who her and her friends had this campaign for as a preparation for Yitzhvat, that they wanted to put something up on their WhatsApp statuses, a message from the Rebbe every single day. The message for that day was the Rebbe expressing how Hashem wants us to connect. And if we don't do it voluntarily for good reasons, Hashem is going to do things that we won't like, that will have us connect with each other. And I don't know if it said it there, but I definitely remember the Rebbe hearing that the Rebbe expressed on many occasions that he wished that his Hasidim and people would write to him when things were good, not just when things were difficult. So I took the moment. I was like, I'm not ready to sit here and write a proper letter to the Rebbe, but I'm just going to go to igris.org, and there's an option there to send a letter to the Rebbe, and a letter, a random letter will populate. So I simply wrote my name, my mother's name. Dear Rebbe, thank you for choosing me to be your chassid. Thank you for being my Rebbe, and thank you for all the blessings you give me. And things are going really well, and I look forward to the time that I will be able to write in length all the good things that are happening in my life. And with that, I hit send, and a letter got populated. I didn't have it in me to sit there right then and there to read the letter, and I wanted to sit down with somebody, my father or somebody who can sit down and explain it to me. So I decided I'm just going to set it aside, and I'll go to sleep, and I'll look at it the next day. I went to sleep, and I had a dream. I was sitting in 770 with my back facing Mizrach, and it was right behind the big bima where laning happens, where the kriyas happens, and behind it there's like a bunch of benches there. So in that area there was like a big square of tables set up, and the Rebbe was for bringing. Just with very few people, like maybe 15 people around this massive table, mostly empty. And I had asked the Rebbe a question, and the Rebbe, instead of answering me directly privately, the Rebbe said, you know what, I'm just going to answer your question, but I'm going to speak to everybody. And I don't remember what the Rebbe said, but what the question was or what the answer was. But while the Rebbe was speaking, the Rebbe kept on saying over, guys, and if you want to know how you're meant to be doing this and this idea, or how your approach is meant to be, look at Moshe Chanan. He is doing it. Look at how he's doing things, and that's the right way to do things. When I woke up, it occurred to me that I had asked in the dream, my brother was sitting next to me, and I had asked him in the dream to remember the details of what the Rebbe's answer was. But unfortunately, when I woke up, he didn't. It was obviously a dream, so I don't remember those details. And what's interesting is what happened next. What happened next? Okay, here's an important piece that I forgot to say. That was on a Tuesday night. Actually, I wrote down the details here. It was Tuesday night that I wrote the letter. That Sunday, I had gotten on a call with somebody and was over Zoom, and I was asked to support this person. This person was in a very deep state of depression and isolation and anger and suicidal ideation, and was to a certain extent like mocking the mental health system and any type of support that anybody who actually tried to help him, he was like laughing it off and basically saying, not laughing it off, but basically saying that they have nothing, they can't help me. And he's a brilliant guy. As I was sitting there and speaking with him, I was totally doubtful about my ability to support this person. To the extent that anytime I would ask him a question and he was thinking, in my mind, I would be saying to him and begging Hashem. I say, Hashem, help me. Rebbe, help me. Help this person. I can't help him. I don't know what to do. He's not going to anybody else. He's willing to talk to me, but I don't know how to help him. And his life is on the line. Please help him. And that's happened on a Sunday. Baruch Hashem, the person's doing okay. He's well. That was on Sunday. On Tuesday is when I wrote this letter. On Tuesday night, I wrote this letter. I had the dream on Tuesday night. I woke up Wednesday morning, and I right away recorded a voice note of what had happened. And that was it. And I didn't read the letter yet. I had a coaching session with my coach on Wednesday morning. And in the session, I shared with my coach, Rebbe, what had happened on Sunday and how I'm asking for his help and guidance. Please help me. I don't know what to do. How am I going to help this person? And I told him that I was davening to the Rebbe and davening to Hashem and asking for the Rebbe's bracha and Hashem's help to help this person. And his approach, his response to me was, Moshe, what are you talking about? Why are you pretending that why are you making as if the Rebbe doesn't know what's happening here? And the Rebbe doesn't know what this person needs and that you're not the person. What do you think? Hashem runs the world. Hashem sent you and you are the guy. And stop outsourcing the responsibility and the zchus that Hashem had and the Rebbe had sent you to do. And that was very challenging for me to hear, but also it rang true and it woke me up. Later on that day, at about 6-7 p.m., I opened up the letter, and I'm going to read to you what the Rebbe wrote to me I'm going to read it in English, but it was in Hebrew. If you want to look it up, it's Chelik Zayin, page Samach Beis on the bottom. I'm not reading all the words. There's certain things that I'm missing just at the end. So I encourage you to take a look at this. So reminding you that this is after I had a dream that the Rebbe said that the way I'm doing things is the right way. I had my coach tell me that stop outsourcing it. You have it in you. Finally, I'm reading this letter, and this is what the Rebbe writes. With regard to your spiritual situation that you write about, and you therefore come with a complaint, how you will have the ability to influence others. The harsh answer you will find from the Friedrich Rebbe in a Sikha, which he says, "Was meinst du von mir, mon bazich?" Why are you demanding from me? You have to demand from you yourself. When you will stop thinking about yourself and your abilities and your inyanim, and you'll be involved in supporting others with nachas, with pride, and with and kiruv, with being welcoming and inviting and being loving, automatically you won't have anyone to complain to. And your involvement in helping others and not thinking about yourself will both basically complement each other, and you won't have anything to complain about, and you'll be successful. So this is my story. And, it's not like no hospitals, no emergencies, just like straight up, like the Rebbe is telling me straight, like And there's no wiggle room. And it's just such a gift that I think if there's anything that I needed more and sometimes need, is for the encouragement to know that I'm doing the right thing and I have what to offer people and I can help people. Not necessarily because it has to do with me, but because that's what my shlichus is and that's what I'm meant to do. And the power, with great responsibility comes great power. So I think the Rebbe knew me well and knew that if I heard it in one way, it wouldn't be enough. So not only within 3 days, he gave me a dream, he gave me a coach, my mashpia, to tell me, and he even gave me a letter, all to say the same thing, to really, really get the message across. And if this speaks to you, if you're somebody who's telling himself, you know, oh, you're in a situation, you think that you can't do it and you're not the right person for the job, it must be somebody else, please consider. It's not a mistake that you're there. It's not a mistake that you're your parent, you're your child's parent, that you're your spouse's spouse, that you're your friend's friend, that you're a sibling to your siblings. It's not a coincidence that people come to you and ask you for assistance in your certain area, in your field. You have it in you. Whatever, and you know, yeah, I guess stop outsourcing it, saying it's somebody else, it's the Rebbe, somebody else is going to save this person. Yes, you know, you got to daven to Hashem, daven to Hashem. You want to go to the oil, you want to go to 770, you want to daven, fine, do that. But don't negate the fact that there's you are there, and you're there for a reason. With that, have a good Yontif. Much love.